I always picture myself dying, and I don't know why. Asterisk. I vividly picture myself in different situations and how if I died, how people would react. Asterisk. That's not a thought. That's not a passing fear. That's not even a dark daydream. That is a daily horror show playing on repeat in an 18-year-old's mind. And he's been doing it since he was a kid. Someone posted this online recently, and I read it, and I had to stop. I had to put my phone down. I had to stare at the wall for a solid minute because what the actual hell is this? This isn't just, I've thought about death before. This is a full-blown, Technicolor, surround sound, obsession with imagining his own death over and over and over again, in every possible scenario. At work, at home, in the shower, while eating a sandwich. And he doesn't know if he's suicidal, or if this is just some messed up quirk of his brain, or if he's losing it completely. So today on Mindsnap, we're diving into the mind of a young man who's trapped in a nightmare of his own making. And the real question is this a cry for help? A sign of something deeper? Or just the universe's cruelest prank on a teenager who hasn't even lived yet? Let's go. Okay, so first, let's talk about what this kid is describing. He says he's been doing this since he was a young teen. That means, for years, his brain has been a 24/7 horror movie where he's not just the audience, he's the protagonist. And the plot? His death. Every single day. He doesn't just imagine dying. He imagines how people would react. Like, he's not just watching himself get hit by a bus. He's watching his mom cry at the funeral. He's watching his friends post RIP memes on Instagram. He's watching his little sister have to explain to her teacher why she's suddenly an orphan. And it happens multiple times a day. I need to pause here. I need to pause because I am sitting here trying to process this, and my brain is short-circuiting. How do you function? How do you go to school? How do you look at your reflection in the mirror without screaming? This isn't just dark humor. This isn't just, I've had a bad day. This is a mental loop that sounds like it belongs in a psychological thriller, not in the mind of an 18-year-old guy who's supposed to be worrying about prom or video games or what college he's going to. And he says it doesn't take a toll on his life per se. Meaning, he's still going to work, still showing up, still putting on pants in the morning, but it freaks him out. Which, honestly, that might be the scariest part. Because if you're living with a thought like that, and it's not stopping you from functioning, does that make it worse? Like, if you're still alive but your brain is constantly rehearsing your death, is that a sign you're okay? Or is that a sign you're already broken? He doesn't know if this makes him suicidal. Oh, buddy, that's like asking if a shark is wet. Let's break this down. First off, this is not normal. Not even close. Most people think about death occasionally. Some people have intrusive thoughts. But this is a systematic, repetitive, cinematic obsession with imagining one's own demise in every possible context. And not just once. Not just in a bad mood. Multiple times a day for years. That's not a quirk. That's not a phase. That's not just how his brain works. That's a red flag the size of a billboard. And the fact that he's asking if this makes him suicidal? That tells me he's already questioning his own sanity. Because suicidal ideation isn't always about wanting to die. Sometimes it's about not knowing if you're okay. It's about not being able to trust your own mind. It's about waking up every day and wondering, am I broken? Or am I just cursed? And the fact that he's never told anyone, that's the part that gets me the most. He says he doesn't want it to seem like he wants attention or sympathy. But here's the thing. If you're carrying around a thought like this, and you don't tell anyone, you're not avoiding attention. You're avoiding help. And that's a whole different kind of dangerous. Because the longer you keep this inside, the more it festers. The more you start to believe that this is just who you are. That this is your reality. That you're not sick. You're just weird. And that's how people slip through the cracks. Now, let's talk about why this happens. Because I know what some of you are thinking. Is this just a kid being dramatic? Is this a phase? Is he overreacting? No, he's not. What he's describing is called intrusive thoughts, but not the usual kind. Most people associate intrusive thoughts with violence or harm toward others. But there's another category, intrusive thoughts about self-harm or death. And these aren't just passing worries. These are involuntary, distressing, and persistent images or scenarios that play out in your mind against your will. For some people, it's imagining jumping off a bridge. For others, it's picturing their own funeral. For this kid, it's a full narrative, a movie where he's both the director and the victim. And the reason it's so hard to talk about? Because society tells us that if you think about death, you must want it. If you imagine your own demise, you must be broken. If you rehearse your funeral, you must be sick. But that's not always true. Sometimes, the brain does this as a way to process fear. Sometimes, it's a way to feel in control of something that feels uncontrollable. Sometimes, it's a sign that something deeper is going on, like anxiety, depression, or even OCD. But here's the thing. You don't get to decide if someone is suicidal based on their thoughts alone. Suicidal ideation isn't just thinking about death. It's about wanting death. It's about planning death. It's about feeling like death is the only way out. This kid isn't describing that. He's describing a mental loop, a horror show his brain keeps playing, and he's trapped inside it. And that's terrifying enough. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. He's 18. 18. That's young. That's vulnerable. That's the age where your brain is still developing, where your emotions feel like a roller coaster, where the smallest thing can feel like the end of the world. And he's been carrying this around since he was a teen. That's not just a phase. That's a cry for help, even if he doesn't realize it yet. Because the longer you keep this inside, the more it grows. The more it becomes normal to you. The more you start to believe that this is just who you are. And that's how people fall through the cracks. So what do we do? Well, first, talk to someone star. I don't care if it's a friend, a family member, a teacher, a therapist, a hotline, a stranger on the internet. Someone star. Because the worst thing you can do with thoughts like this is keep them to yourself. And second, get help star. Not just venting to a friend. Not just journaling your feelings. Professional help. Because this isn't something you can logic your way out of. This isn't something you can think positive and make go away. This is a mental health issue, and it deserves to be treated like one. And I know what some of you are thinking, but he said it doesn't take a toll on his life. He's still functioning. Yeah, and people with anxiety can still go to work. People with depression can still smile at parties. People with OCD can still hold down jobs. That doesn't mean they're okay. That just means they've gotten really good at hiding it. So here's my question for you. If you, or someone you love, were carrying around a thought like this, would you know what to do? Would you recognize the signs? Would you know how to respond? Would you know where to turn? Because the scariest part of this story isn't just that this kid is trapped in his own mind. It's that he's not alone. There are millions of people out there right now, sitting in their rooms, scrolling through their phones, wondering if they're the only ones who think this way. And they're not. They're just too scared to say it out loud. So to the person who posted this, you are not broken. You are not cursed. You are not a monster. You are sick. And sickness deserves treatment. Not judgment. Not silence. Not shame. Treatment. So please, reach out star. Talk to someone. Get help. Because you deserve to live your life without your brain being a horror movie. And to everyone watching this, if you've ever had thoughts like this, please talk to someone. You are not alone. And you deserve to feel better. Drop your verdict below. Was this person right or wrong to keep this to themselves for so long? Was this a cry for help in disguise? Or was this just a mind spiraling out of control? Subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a mindsnap story. And remember, your mind is your greatest tool. But sometimes, it needs a little maintenance. Stay safe. Stay aware. And for the love of God,